Hi, ladies. I'd like to talk about anger. I think this is a great topic to discuss because it's something we all have incorporated into our defense mechanism from our earliest age. It's the most soothing thing we can do to get angry when somebody has shamed us. It's the go-to. It's like the default operating program. And as somebody who has, developed the ability to hear other people when they speak, when they're angry, I could tell you quite confidently that anger is an entity. Yes, anger is an entity that assumes the human and takes over the human being. It's a force, and one has to be very, very astute when it comes to recognizing when we ourselves are angry or have anger and it has showed up in our body, and when we're dealing with another person who becomes angry as a result of their defense mechanism. So what am I talking about here? I don't believe that most people understand what to do when they get angry. So we'll talk about when you get angry. The first thing you have to do is realize you have just been taken over by a force. It's nothing less than a force. You can read Michelet. I suggest you do it. It is a force, and humanity has this force within it, and it becomes activated when we are hurt. Okay? That's usually when this force comes. And what is it doing? It's not actually harmful in the beginning, the anger. The anger is truly trying to alert us that we are going into danger, or we're in a threatening situation because our sense of self, God, has just been penetrated by another human being. So this sounds a little weird, but it's actually quite factually true that unless you understand your own anger and how it works, you will never be able to deal with another person's anger. So let's talk about what we do when we get angry. When we get angry, we have to realize we're angry. And how do we do that? It will come as a feeling, because first it starts as a thought, and thoughts always move into a feeling. So we feel angry. So what does angry feel like? That's different for everybody. Sometimes it's a constriction in the throat. It's maybe a headache, the pounding head, the chest. Maybe it's just this overall swelling of the body when we get angry. It's almost like we're getting puffed up with anger. So noticing first that you have become angry is the first step. Now, you'll notice that you're angry when you start justifying, when you start righteously condemning, when you start criticizing, when you start yelling, and it's a power that is a surge in the nervous system, and it actually ignites the fight or flight. So anger is the fight part of the nervous system. Some people go into flight, but they're still angry. Even fawning and the freeze is anger, but it's in a different dose. Let's call it a different dose. So the next time you feel angry, take it apart a little. And here's the really cool thing about anger. Anger shows up to protect us, theoretically, because we develop that protection and that device in childhood to soothe us from something we couldn't control in our environment that was going on. So when it shows up, if you can make contact with it and tell it, I've got this. I'm okay. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for telling me. It will dissipate. It dissipates because you've given it its due. It has shown up to do something for you, theoretically, but you want it to go. You want it to go because what it does is it shuts off your hearing. When anger shows up, you don't hear. And that means that you can't have any communication with the person you're angry with. And that goes for your partner when they're angry with you. They don't hear you. They don't hear you. So this is the amygdala. Yes, this is your alarm system at work here. And so by calming the alarm system down, by actually having communication with this entity, it is an entity. I'm sorry, I don't want to scare you, but it is an entity that overtakes you when you become angry. So you want to let it know it's, like I said, it's okay. I got this. I'll be fine. And then you'll see that it'll start to move and go away. And within, it could take you, if you actually do